Attention, passionate Dallas Cowboys fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East, and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Dallas Cowboys' path to another championship run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before we dive in, if you're a true Dallas Cowboys fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and fellow Dallas Cowboys fans. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, buckle up, because what happened in the NFL season opener has sent shockwaves through the league, and more specifically, through the NFC East. The Dallas Cowboys, coming off a solid offseason, were poised to make a statement this year. But no one could have predicted what unfolded on that historic night at Lincoln Financial Field. It all started with a moment that instantly grabbed everyone's attention, a moment that, frankly, could have long-lasting repercussions for the division and for the Cowboys' own trajectory in this season. And it involves a controversy that might seem like just a petty incident, but in reality, speaks volumes about the intensity, the passion, and sometimes the recklessness that comes with NFL rivalries. So, let's walk through what actually happened, because it's a story with layers, nuances, and implications that extend far beyond a single ejection. The Philadelphia Eagles star defensive tackle, Jalen, who was widely regarded as a top-tier talent coming into this season, found himself in the middle of a controversy that has everyone talking. Just 6 seconds into the game, before either team could even settle in, Carter was ejected for spitting on Dak Prescott, the Cowboys' veteran quarterback. Yes, you heard that right, spitting on Dak Prescott. It wasn't just a quick gesture or a heated exchange. It was a clear act that the officials saw and immediately flagged him for unsportsmanlike conduct. And folks, this wasn't just a minor penalty. It was a disqualification that sent Jalen straight to the locker room before the game truly even began. Now, imagine the scene. The stadium, usually filled with roaring fans, was stunned. The Eagles, who had been expected to have a dominant defense this season, had their best defensive player ejected before the first snap. That right there is a huge blow to their game plan and, frankly, a huge statement about how the game started. The Eagles managed to hold on, but the Cowboys pushed hard, and in the end, Philadelphia edged Dallas 24-20. A narrow loss, yes, but one that was deeply affected by that early incident involving Carter. The controversy didn't end there, of course. After the game, Carter issued an apology, saying he felt bad for his teammates and fans, but the damage was done. A star player, ejected in the opening seconds and now facing potential league discipline. And speaking of discipline, the NFL typically doesn't take these kinds of incidents lightly. While no official announcement was made immediately, there's widespread speculation that Carter might face fines or even a suspension, depending on how the league assesses his actions. Remember, this isn't Carter's first run-in with league discipline. Last season, he was fined over $17,000 for an open-handed punch to an opponent during the NFC Championship game. So, the league has a record of taking action when players cross certain lines. But in this case, the focus isn't just about fines. It's about the message the NFL wants to send regarding sportsmanship and respect on the field. Now, let's dive into what this means for the Cowboys and the NFC East. Because if you think about it, this incident is more than just a singular event. It's emblematic of the fierce rivalry between Dallas and Philadelphia. The Eagles have always been a thorn in the Cowboys' side. Remember the playoff battles, the close games, the trash talk. Now, with Carter potentially missing a game or two, and the Eagles' defense possibly weakened by this incident, there's a real opportunity for Dallas to capitalize. The Cowboys have a talented roster, led by Prescott, who has shown resilience and leadership over the years. And this season, there's a clear sense that Dallas is hungry to reclaim their division, to push past the Eagles, and to finally get back to the Super Bowl stage. But let us not forget, the Eagles are also a formidable team. Even with Carter's absence, they have depth on their defensive line, and their offense remains potent with Jalen leading the charge. Still, the mental edge might just tilt a little in Dallas's favor now. The Cowboys have been building momentum, and that opening game loss, while disappointing, has the potential to serve as fuel. It's a reminder that every play matters, every act of sportsmanship counts, and sometimes a single incident can change the narrative for an entire season. And as we look ahead, there's another game scheduled between these two divisional rivals on November 23rd in Arlington, Texas. That game is shaping up to be a crucial showdown. Carter is expected to be back, and both teams will be coming into that matchup with something to prove. The Cowboys will want to show they're resilient and ready to take down Philadelphia, especially if the Eagles are still feeling the aftermath of that controversial moment that started it all. It's a storyline that's already capturing the league's attention, and the implications go beyond just one game. It's about division supremacy, reputation, and the quest for another NFC championship appearance. Now I want to take a moment to talk about the broader picture here, because incidents like these, controversial as they may be, highlight the intensity of NFL rivalries in 2025. Fans love the passion, the rivalry, the drama, but there's a line, and the league is trying to walk that line carefully. The NFL wants to promote competitive spirit, but also uphold sportsmanship. So, while Carter's actions have sparked debates, they also serve as a reminder that players are under immense pressure, and sometimes emotions boil over in ways that can cost teams dearly. And for the Cowboys, this is a golden opportunity. Not just because of the immediate impact on the Eagles, but because it's a chance to demonstrate their resilience, their discipline, and their readiness to pounce on any mistake their rivals make. Prescott, with his experience and leadership, will be key in guiding the team through these turbulent waters. The offensive line has shown improvement. The defense, despite a tough loss, has the talent to bounce back, especially if they capitalize on moments like these. Looking at the bigger picture, the Cowboys have been building towards something special for the past few seasons. The roster is stacked, led by stars like Micah Parsons, who's emerging as one of the league's premier pass rushers, and C.D. Lamb, who's blossoming into one of the top wide receivers in the NFL. The coaching staff, under Mike McCarthy, is focused and disciplined, emphasizing accountability and execution. But what's been missing historically is consistency, and incidents like Carter's early in the season serve as a reminder that mental toughness and discipline will be key. So, for Cowboys fans, this incident is more than just a controversial moment. It's a rallying cry. It's a reminder that the league is watching, and every player's actions have consequences. It's also a signal that Dallas has a real chance to take control of the division if they stay focused, play smart, and capitalize on opportunities. The NFC East has always been one of the most competitive divisions in football, but this year, there's a real chance for Dallas to emerge as the dominant force, especially if they learn from moments like this and keep their eyes firmly set on the prize, a deep playoff run, and ultimately, another shot at bringing home that cherished Lombardi trophy. Now, let us talk a little about what's next, because the Cowboys are gearing up for a challenging schedule ahead. They face tough opponents, including the San Francisco 49ers, the Bills, and of course, their divisional rivals, including that rematch with Philadelphia in Arlington. Every game will be critical, and how they respond to this early controversy could define their season. Will the team rally around Prescott, who's shown resilience in tough times? Will the coaching staff get the players to stay disciplined and channel their emotions positively? And don't forget, this isn't just about the on-field action. Off the field, Dallas is also making moves in terms of roster management, draft strategy, and player development. The front office has been aggressive in acquiring talent, and the recent draft saw some promising young players stepping up in training camp. The Cowboys are quietly building a squad that's deep, talented, and hungry for success. This incident involving Carter might have been a setback for Philadelphia, but for Dallas, it's a chance to remind everyone that they're still very much in the hunt, a team that plays with grit, passion, and a relentless desire to win. And just to add a little context, Dallas's history is rich with memorable moments from their legendary Super Bowl runs in the 90s to recent playoff heartbreaks. Yet each season is a new chapter, and the 2025 campaign feels different. There's a sense of purpose, a renewed focus on getting back to the top. The players are motivated, the coaching staff is sharp, and the fans are fired up. They know that every game counts, especially in the NFC East, where every division game can make or break your season. So, as we look ahead, the big takeaway is that this controversy, while unfortunate, could serve as a catalyst for Dallas. A reminder that they need to stay disciplined, focused, and ready to seize opportunities. Because in the NFL, sometimes the smallest moments, a single ejection, a heated exchange can turn the tide of a season. The Cowboys have what it takes to rise above, but it will require resilience, smart play, and a bit of that Dallas grit we all love. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this whole situation? Do you think Carter's actions will have long-term consequences for him or the Eagles? Will Dallas take advantage of this moment and push for division supremacy? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to your team. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more insights, and all the latest Dallas Cowboys news. So stay tuned, stay passionate, and let us keep the Cowboys spirit alive. Because at the end of the day, football is more than just a game, it's a passion, a tradition, and a way of life for us all.